It's August and I've got some sweaty, low-impact cardio for us. No equipment needed, so let's go. All right, killer bees, let's go ahead and get moving and grooving. And that means that we're getting started with some arm circles and high knees. Oh my goodness, that first one always feels so good and so off balance. You guys, welcome to the workout. I'm Paula B. I'm your best middle-aged fitness friend. And around here, we are all about making peace with your menopausal body by finding a healthy weight and moving in ways that feel like self-love. And you know what? I've decided that I'm just gonna sing that every time. Because really, what feels more like self-love than singing? Am I right? Especially when you're like me and you are, generally speaking, rather off key. You guys, I am so excited about today, as I always am. Today is all cardio all the time. A lovely contrast to yesterday's all strength. Today is all cardio. So between the 2 days, I mean, I've got you covered, right? And for those of you who love cardio and strength all in one workout, oh, we're gonna do one of those this week too. You guys, I always got you covered. These 7-day workout series that I put out at the beginning of each and every month, I make sure that they are beautifully balanced to give you everything you need so that you can repeat them all month long if you'd like to, and continue losing weight, getting stronger, doing whatever it is that you would like to do with your fitness. Let's go ahead and do some arm crossers with booty kickers. Here's what I want to do with my fitness today. I want to do some step stools. Okay. If you don't know what that is and you are new around here, hello, welcome. I sing a lot, I talk a lot. I have weird names for exercises. I move at a pace that is moderate for me and may or may not be moderate for you. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm enthusiastic about today, so I might be moving a little faster than you want to, need to, can, all of those things. Please, please, please make today work for you. Always make every day work for you, but really specifically today when I can feel how hyper I am. I'll rein it in. No, I won't. Here's what it looks like. The handy dandy gym best is set for intervals of 20 seconds. I have 6 little, they're not really circuits, they're little mini, they're step stools. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start with one exercise. We're gonna do some, welcome to my homes right now. We're gonna start with one exercise and then we're gonna rest. And then we're gonna do 2 exercises in a row before we rest. And then we're gonna do 3 exercises in a row before we rest. When we get started on the first one, you're gonna be like, Paula, this is too slow. Me too, every time. However, I don't know if you noticed, but by adding another exercise, we double the work interval and then we triple the work interval by the time we're doing the whole step stool. There is plenty of work to be had today. I promise this will be enough. I promise. Because you know what? If you want to lose weight, you don't have to exercise at all. We're going to go ahead and get started with some low swinging heel digs, and I will explain that. But let's go ahead and just get started moving. Okay. It's okay, Blossom. So low swinging heel digs means that our hands are swinging from side to side. Low meaning that they're not going over our head, and heel dig just means that you're tapping your heel on the floor in front of you. Sometimes this looks very coordinated. Right now, this isn't really bad for me. Sometimes it looks really awkward. Here's what I want you to know about today. I don't care if you look awkward. I don't care if I look awkward. Here's 20 seconds of rest. I'm gonna do some little Robert Palmer's here, a little Addicted to Love. I watched that video the other day because I was thinking about it. They're so bad. They are so off, like pace, off beat, off everything. They're just really beautiful and braless, and so therefore they were in these videos. But here we go with those low swinging heel digs. And this time we're adding a second exercise to them. We're adding starbursts. Now, starburst, it's a little bit of a squat. You do not have to go into like a full-on squat. Trust me on this one. You never have to squat or lunge. You can always sub out a whole nother exercise, sub out whatever. I'm going to do a little bit of a squat. We get little, we get big. Here's what it looks like. We get little, boom, we get big. One foot comes out to one side and then on the other side when we're squatting and popping out, whoo, over there. You notice though, we get little, we get big, and our heart rate comes up a fair amount. When it beeps again, we're going to get 20 seconds of rest, and this is the magic of step stools, my friends. There's plenty of work to them. Even though we do take a lot of rest, also, there's plenty of work, and here's the thing, the plenty of work thing. I'm gonna tell you why we're doing the thing. We're gonna add on toy soldiers this time. So when it beeps again, we're gonna still basically be doing these little tappers, the low swinging heel digs, plus the starbursts, plus the toy soldiers. Here's my radical claim about how you do not need to exercise at all to lose weight. My friends, I think I used the phrase in the title. I change titles sometimes, like I have an idea of what I'm going to call this video right now, but I don't know for sure. I think said something about melt away the pounds. You guys, exercise has very little, here we go with starbursts, very little to do with losing weight. The thing that drives weight loss is eating consistently the right number of calories, being in a slight caloric deficit. When it beeps again, we're going to toy soldiers, both hands up overhead, reaching your opposite hand towards your opposite kicking foot. Here we go. Oh, that wasn't too bad of a transition. Here's our last interval. We're going to rest again. Being in a slight caloric deficit, no, that doesn't mean that you have to be eating less than you're eating right now. It means eating the right amount of calories every single day. That is how we melt away the pounds. I know it feels like we're melting them away. That was our entire step stool, by the way. Now we're moving on. The next little step stool, we're starting with twisting kicks, and it also means that we get to start by doing just the one exercise before we rest again. Kind of bring your heart rate down a little. Did you notice? Tripling the interval, so weird how that was a little bit harder than just the one interval. So here's twisting kicks. I had to really think about what I'm doing here. You guys, melting away the pounds. I'm going to keep saying that, so I'm probably going to title this video that, because it's such a funny thing to say. The way that we talk about our bodies, the way that we talk about changing the shape of our body, here's 20 seconds of rest, it's just so odd to me. We melt away our bodies. Like, I don't really want to melt away my body, but we melt away fat by the slight caloric deficit, not by exercising. Exercising feels so good, like we're sweating, we're moving, it feels very active. Here we go with twisting kicks. When it beeps again, we're doing big arm side shuffles. We're adding on. So I'm going to kind of kick my way over to the side here a little bit, doing a little bit of like rockettes here with my twisting kicks. But when it beeps, we're doing the big arm side shuffles. Hopefully I'm not completely off camera, I can't even tell. That would be hilarious if I actually went all the way off camera. Here we go with big arm side shuffles. But you guys, exercise, so good for you. So good for your health, good for your brain, good for your body, good for your bones, good for your muscles, good for your heart and lungs, good for your core strength, good for your balance, good for your proprioception, which is a fancy word that means brain-body connection. Here's 20 seconds of rest. Not good for weight loss. You're not actually burning, okay, you are burning calories. You're always burning calories, but you're not burning as many as you really think you are. When it beeps again, we're doing those twisting kicks. We're adding the big arm side shuffles, and then we're doing letter Ks on top of that. We're definitely gonna feel this one. So twisting kicks. But the thing is, you're already burning calories all the time. You're already burning more than you realize. Simply the act of existing burns calories. Sitting at your desk all day long, you have burned hundreds of calories. Here we go with big arm side shuffles. Had to think, had to look. Not very good at either one of those things, TBH. But you are already burning calories. When you exercise, you burn at a slightly elevated rate. And how much you burn depends on, well, a lot of things. Here we go with letter Ks. Both hands up, reaching your opposite hand down towards that same side, kicking out so that it looks like the letter K on one side. That side right there. Thank you, my friend Lori, who told me that. Letter K, not letter K. Letter K, not letter K. But that slightly elevated burn, here's 20 seconds of rest. And that was our step stool, number 2. So we're moving on to number 3, starting with forward hinge arm flappers. That elevated calorie burn for a short amount of time still doesn't account for like the most of your day. Your whole day of burning calories is actually a lot more than you suspect it is. Here's our forward hinge arm flappers. Really think about pushing your booty back, back, back. Booty is driving this motion. Booty is the driver of this bus. When it beeps again, we're gonna get 20 seconds of rest. This is basically a deadlift with jumping jack arms. That's the way I like to think about it, because I love me some deadlifts. But you guys, have you ever thought about that expression? I know you've heard it before. It's why I used it, is because it's not very original, but people talk about like melting away fat, melting away the pounds, whittling your middle, things like that. When it beeps again, we're doing those forward hinge arm flappers, and then we're gonna pair it with front punch, front kicks. So here we go with forward hinge arm flappers. I was already trying to think about my front punch, front kicks. We're gonna go across your body. So it's very much like a toy soldier, except your hands aren't up overhead. So you're kicking and punching your opposite hand and foot. I may or may not be explaining that well. Front punch, front kick. Excellent job. Honestly, truly, no matter what you're doing, whether you're doing it correct or incorrect or at whatever pace you're doing, or whatever you are doing right now, my friend, if you are not injuring yourself, you are doing such a good job and you are getting exactly what you should get out of this workout, which is not really melting away the pounds. Here's 20 seconds of rest. Unless it is, because if you're eating in a caloric deficit, if you're eating the right amount of calories every day, then yes, this is absolutely melting away the pounds, but not all by itself. And you guys, have you thought about that phrase, about the way that we talk about it? Here we go with forward hinge arm flappers. Gonna pair it with those front punch, front kicks. And then we're transitioning into rainbow jacks, which is where we have our hands going up overhead from side to side and bringing up one knee out on the side at a time. But you know, when we talk about our bodies, like melting it away, front punch, front kick, here we go, like melting it away or whittling it away or like beating it into submission and things like that. Like, do you ever think about how your body feels about that? like honestly, your body is listening to everything that your brain says. When you think about how you'd like to, here we go with rainbow jacks, hands overhead like a rainbow, one knee coming up on one side at a time, feeling that heart rate come up. When you move your body in ways that do not feel like self-love, which is the exact opposite of what we do around here, imagine how your body feels about that. Imagine if your body had its own brain, which it does, but if it had a different brain that you couldn't hear, that was its own separate thing. What do you think your body would say about being melted away? How do you feel about that? When it beeps again, you can think about that while I'm doing, oh my God, high knee chicken wings. Okay, hands are here. High knee, chicken wing. I knew this was gonna feel awkward. So your elbows are flapping like chicken wings. Your hands are directly underneath your chin, and it's just your elbows going from your sides to hopefully up above your shoulders, more or less. While your chicken wings are flapping, we're doing a little bit of high knee action here, which could not possibly feel more awkward, am I right? And this is the one that we get to do all 3 times. Here's 20 seconds of rest. That's why I did this one, because I knew it was gonna feel so weird. That's good for your brain, good for your body, good for them to get along and feel like love, right? Imagine what your body would say if you told it that you were going to melt it away. What would you say if somebody said that to you? Oh, you should melt off that part of you. I mean, right? Do you really want to do that? You guys, when it beeps again, we're doing booty kicker jacks. Oh gosh. So we're transferring from this chicken wing motion into, from side to side, up and down, flapping here, into arms doing jumping jacks. Oh, this is wrong. You guys, just go with it. Ordinarily, I think my hands are down when my foot is kicking. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. This doesn't feel awkward. It started off awkward. You know what? Whatever you're doing, hands are doing jumpy jacks. Lower body is doing booty kickers. They might be going at the same time. They might not. They might be doing the right thing. They might not. Doesn't matter. Because neither my brain nor my body really cares about that. Because what are we getting out of this workout? Am I melting my body away? No. I'm moving in ways that feel like love. And to me, love equals laughter, for sure. When it beeps again, here's those high knee chicken wings. Coming up is booty kicker jacks. Oh my gosh. I stacked the deck against myself in this one. After that, we're doing punch, punch, kick. These are literally the 3 most awkward, and I do vaguely remember thinking about that when I was putting this together. Here we go with booty kicker jacks. I do vaguely remember thinking, you know what, Paula, just get all 3 of them out of the way. Because here's what I'm gonna think about with the punch, punch, kick. I always want to punch first with my right hand and kick first with my right foot. But if I punch first with my right hand, it means that my left foot, so punch, punch, kick with my left foot, punch, punch, kick with my right. Whichever hand punches last, that's the foot that's kicking. Whichever foot kicked, that's the next hand that punches. So you're kind of going across your body, back and forth. Oh my gosh. The crowd goes wild. That was amazing. 20 seconds of rest. And now we're done with it forever. Okay, you guys, I'm scooting over to the side because coming up next, we're starting a new little step stool. We're going to start with push, push, which is one of my favorite things. And I did this one intentionally because we had just finished, it's all coming back to me. I put this together like, was it yesterday or the day before? I put a bunch of workouts together at the same time. And so my thinking about each of them was a little bit different. The push, push does not include the crunch unless you want it to. I'm just pushing from side to side. This lateral motion, so good for your abs and obliques, so good for your brain and body to not always going be forward and backward, always going forward and backward like our body naturally does. Okay, when it beeps again, we're doing the push push and we're pairing it with diving airplanes. My friend Christine emailed me with this one. So we're doing airplane arms, but we're actually, we go with push, 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 push. Get into it, Paula. Here we go. Push, push, and push, and push, and push. We're doing airplane arms, but rather than just keeping our lower feet like just tapping, and you're totally welcome to do that if you don't feel like getting all the way down into a diving airplane. But the diving airplane is basically a booty kicker on the bottom half, and so you're actually trying to almost reach your opposite hand. Wow, that's a big difference. Oh my gosh, feel that work? In your abs and obliques and in your hamstrings. That's super fun. We're diving with these airplane arms. Not just regular airplane arms. If you'd rather do the tapping version, that's totally okay with me, you guys. I told you, I'm enthusiastic today. Here's 20 seconds of rest. Whatever feels moderate to you is moderate to you. That's never my pace. I mean, unless you are me, in which case it is, you guys. Okay, starting again with push, push. Then we're gonna do those diving airplanes again, and then we're adding on cheerleader kick. So here we go with push and push and push and push. There was a conversation not too long ago in the Killer Beehive, which is my private Facebook group that I love to participate with. We were talking about some of the exercises that people don't like or don't do or have to modify or change. And there was a conversation about the push-push, like which part was the most important. So here we go with those diving airplanes. Like which part was the most important of the push-push crunch? And there was quite a healthy debate about when push-push crunch comes on, oh, I only do the push-push or I only do the crunch. And I gotta tell you, both parts are good for you. All parts are good for you. I never knowingly do exercises that are bad for you. Here we go with cheerleader kicks. Hands start at your shoulders and never go lower. We're kicking one foot at a time. Yay, team, rah, rah. Sis, boom, bah. Heart rate has totally come up with this. Hands up means heart rate is up. When it beeps again, we're gonna get 20 seconds of rest. Whew, doggies. All of a sudden, that turned into cardio. It has been the whole time. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about moderation though. Sometimes on a workout like this, we kind of build it up and then we got to bring it back down, and then build it up and bring it back down to keep it moderate for the whole workout. Okay, when it beeps again, one of my favorites, we're doing papa squats. It's a little squat and then hands up. Little squat, hands up. You could absolutely go deeper on this squat if you want to. You don't have to. What I love to think about is like looking at a little kid and saying, yay for you. Looking at a little kid saying, yay for you. It's a little bit of a getting down, not a whole lot of getting down. If you want to, of course you can. Here's 20 seconds of rest. Excuse me. There's my enthusiasm showing up in my throat as it sometimes does. Here's what comes next. We're doing papa squats and then we're pairing them with shooting stars. Little bit of balance work while we're doing our cardio, because really at this point, when your heart rate's up, why not make it harder? Am I right? Papa squat. Feeling so good about melting our bodies, right? The other thing I was thinking about that, I mean, have you looked at your skin recently, like with gravity and age and sun damage and all that? Do you really want to be melting any part of your body? Here we go with shooting stars. We're reaching out to one side while the other leg goes flying out to that side. You are really being careful with your core strength right now. Pull in your core, thinking about where your body is flinging and flanging from side to side, having so much fun. But thinking about good form too. Here's 20 seconds of rest. You guys, Whew, when it beeps again, we're putting the whole thing together. We're doing papa squats, third and final time. I know you're feeling those. And then we're adding those shooting stars, second and final time. And then we're adding on goofy jacks, which is a little bit more squatting because why not? Am I right? A little bit of squatting goes a long way. Pop a squat, not father squats, just popping one. The other thing I always think about, because I do like to run long distance, well, I don't run long distances anymore, but when I did run long distances out on the trail, there are plenty of times I was popping a squat out there in the middle of a very long run. Here we go with shooting stars. It's a very functional skill to have to be able to squat down, my friends, because you never know when you're going to need to. Shooting stars right now. When it beeps again, we're doing goofy jacks, which is, again, a little bit of a squat where your hands are doing jumping jacks. As we come up out of that squat, one leg is going to go flying. So it's a little squat, hands come up in a jumping jack while your foot comes out to the side. You do not have to squat big. Again, you never need to squat big unless you want to squat big. Right? When it beeps again, you guys, we are done, but we are not. Whew, doggies, we are not finished. We're going to take 20 seconds of rest to bring our heart rate down a little bit because I am mean, but I am not cruel. Because of course, we've got some balance challenge coming up next. It's our finisher. It's one final thing that's right now going to be a little bit harder than everything else because we're going to try and move so slow. We're doing super slow front kick reaches. Basically, it's like not even half of a toy soldier. I'm going to stand on my left leg, right arm is up, right leg kicking. So your arm comes up and down straight in front of you, reaching for your toes while your leg is kicking straight in front of you, reaching for your hands. Really engaging your quadriceps, really bringing that balance all the way up into your core. Unclench your toes. Here we go on the other side. Left hand up, left leg kicking. Oh my gosh, if you have to put your foot down like I totally just did, absolutely okay. We're thinking about balance. Whew, I'm totally still trying to move at a cardio pace because it's easier to move faster. It's harder to move slower. This straight-legged kick, really feeling the work in my quadriceps, and that was it. I'm going to turn off the timer. You guys, that was so good and so fun and so sweaty, just like I promised you. No melting necessary. You guys, I gotta be honest, I think it's more fun to love your body than not love your body. And I don't know if you've ever tried that. There was a good many years when all I did was hate my body. But try loving your body and see how good it feels. And I promise you, it will be addicted to love. I am so proud of myself right now, you don't even know. Doing some little Robert Palmer tappers here with my feet. Your body's gonna be addicted to loving itself. I'm done, I'm out. That was it. That was all I got. Mic drop time. Here on screen. I'm gonna have a longer cool down for you because one of us needs it. Let's go ahead and open it up. On the other side, I've got everything you need to know about weight loss at our age. Give yourself a hug and a pat on your sweaty, silly back. You did such a great job today. I'm so proud of both of us, really. I'm going to be laughing about this for so long. Oh, you guys, thank you so much for putting up with me. I really appreciate it. We've got 5 more workouts in this 7 workout series, the first week of every month. I put out a series for you so you can repeat it all month long, and this joke is not going to get old, I promise. Make sure that you click that subscribe button before you go, and I'll see you tomorrow.